Hello everyone and welcome to this MyWenc tutorial. My name is Olivier Coutan. I am Director of Liturgy and Communications here at St. Wenceslas. So first things first, you will notice that I am on our parish website, stwenceslas.org, stwenceslas.org. And here at the beginning, I want to make a distinction between our website and MyWenc. They are two different platforms. So the website, a good way to think about it, and this is not just for us, but for organizations in general, the website is kind of our front page and the front door, especially for people who are new. So you'll notice that we have this new I'm new tab at the top of the website for registration, for becoming Catholic, for the newsletter, the Wenc Weekly, that sort of thing. And then MyWenc, which is a different software, a different platform, it's for people who are already involved in the community. It's for them to sort of manage their participation in the parish in a sort of online communal way. And so the connection between the website and MyWenc is that we have a link to MyWenc on the website. And so this tutorial video today is for MyWenc. It's for the desktop. So you'll notice that the video here is landscape. It's a computer screen. And this would be for when you want to use MyWenc from your computer, specifically from your web browser. So the starting place for that would be the website. And we can get to MyWenc right here on the home page. You'll see at the bottom there's this button that glows when I hover over it, and it says MyWenc Login. So I'm going to click that, and it'll take me to this login page. Now it'll ask for a username and a password, and if you don't have one, you can send me an email, liturgy@stwenceslas.org, and I will get you set up with your username and your password. Or if you've forgotten your password, or if you have a hard time logging in, just reach out and we'll get it set up for you. So I'm going to put mine in, just my email address, oopsies, and then my password. And I'm going to click keep me logged in for 30 days. That way I don't have to keep logging in every time. And I'm going to click login. So here we have the home page. You can see this little welcome message here. You can see all these groups that I'm part of. And then expand menu on the left side here. I'm going to click that. And it's going to look a little different for me because I'm an admin. But over here under schedules and plans, you guys will have what's called My Serving. And there will be a little heart icon there. You can see the little heart with the calendar there. And that's where we're going to be in this tutorial. We're going to click My Serving. And this is kind of the home page here that we're going to cover together. So I'm going to collapse this menu, clicking up here at the top, give ourselves a little more room to work. Okay, so let's get a lay of the land. On the left-hand side, here we've got the calendar, and that's kind of a month sort of glance. Today is the 15th, so I got a little circle around that. This green dot here shows me when I was scheduled a couple days ago. You can see that, which we'll get to. And then down here, I can see by family member. So if I uncheck the one next to my name, I disappear off the screen because I am unchecked and therefore not visible on the calendar. And since my wife and my son don't have an assignment this month, nothing is visible. So I'm going to recheck that and then I come back. And then this calendar over here, I can see previous months of previous assignments, which you can see here. We had lots happening in May, a little quieter in June, and then July was like very chill, which we'll get to in a second. And then a little down arrow here to be able to search by month. Our calendar does not go out to 2031, but theirs does, so you can just kind of see that. Okay, so that's the calendar. Then this bar over here, pending, accepted, declined, checked in, that is not something we use very much. We just are going to be more in the accepted status. So when Pam builds up the schedule, we have it by default that you accept it based on your serving preferences and your blockout dates. And then if you can't make it, like something came up or something like that, then you would decline the assignment, or you would send a message to Pam saying, hey, I can't make it anymore. But by default, we just use the accepted thing. Otherwise, we would be sending out so many emails asking people, hey, are you free for this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And we need less emails, right? Not more emails. So that's just something to know. All the way on the right-hand side over here, you see this little calendar icon that kind of glows when I hover over it with a little plus sign and the down arrow. If I click that, this weird thing with the box. But anyway, select the family member you want to add to your personal calendar. And there's me, there's Anna, there's Dominic. If I click that, What this tool does is if I use Google Calendar, if I use Outlook, if I use the calendar on my iPhone, then I can, on that calendar, subscribe to my serving times in liturgical ministry, which means there's one less place for me to look to see my assignments. So if I use my family calendar on Google Calendar and I'm a super mom, a super dad, I've got lots of kids, lots of activities, lots of things going on, and I want to kind of keep it all in one place, then I can actually subscribe to this serving calendar on my personal calendar. And that's actually something that I do for both myself and my wife. We usually are scheduled together as EMHC and lector, and it's kind of good for us to see at a glance, oh, we're going to the Smith family for brunch at noon, and we're serving together at 10 o'clock, or 8 o'clock or whatever. I'm an EMHC and she's a lector. So that's a very powerful tool. What you would do is you open that, you click the name, and then you just click whichever service you use for your calendar, and it takes you to a link, and you click subscribe, and that's that. So if you need any help with that, I am happy to help you get that set up. It's a very powerful tool. I also think that it's an underutilized tool. So do take advantage of that calendar subscription feature. Okay, and then finally we have the assignment itself here. So July 2025, Sunday the 13th, I was a cantor. So I'm a musician. I'm also in liturgical ministry, but for our purposes today, we'll just kind of lump the two together. And it was 8 o'clock mass, and it says 8 to 9. Okay. Now it says accepted, like I said before, and then also if I, were not able to make it, then I would just click decline, and I can put a reason. People are pretty good about that. Hey, my dog ate my homework or whatever, and then they just decline it. So if that comes up, you can do that, and then what it does is it frees up the assignment for someone else to take, which is very helpful, and just kind of reduces the amount of hoops that need to be jumped through to assign things. So that's the assignments and requests tab. And then if I go to the Browse Open Positions tab, that's exactly what it says. It's all the open positions that are available. And say for Saturday the 19th, say I wanted to take this spot right here, 5 o'clock mass, EMHC 11. Over here is the take button. So I would click that, and now it disappears off the open position list, and under assignments and requests, boom, there it is. Now it just so happens that I'm not free that day, so I'm gonna decline it and just do that. And then it's going to appear red here as a decline, and under open positions, that's where it's going to be. It's going to come back there. So that's the open positions tab. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Okay, couple other things here. In the top right corner, we've got edit preferences and edit contact info. So if I click edit preferences, I've got 3 tabs. Preferences is the first one. And for all of these, I can decide who I'm editing for, myself, my wife, or my son. Now my son is 10 months old. He does not participate in liturgical ministry except by like screaming along when the music is happening. So yeah, but maybe one day he'll be a server or a lector or something. So here I can check the box, prefer to serve with family members. We usually do this by default. People just like to serve with their family members and coordinate schedules, that sort of thing. And then under here, liturgical minister schedule, I hit the down arrow like this. It's a drop down, or it expands it, sorry, for each position that I serve in, and here it's EMHC positions, according to the map. It'll say these are the times that I prefer to serve. And so if that ever changes, you can go in and change that yourself. So if I say, hey, I want to do 10 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock, then I'm going to click here, I'm going to click 10 o'clock, and then I'm going to put it at 11. Oopsies. Oh, I just deleted one. Let me re-add that in a second. But that's not what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put it back to 8 o'clock. And there's always a start time and an end time, so you're going to want to put an hour after the start time. So 8 o'clock mass is 8 to 9, 10 o'clock mass 10 to 11, so on and so forth. And for EMHC4, I accidentally clicked the X on that one, so I'm going to add a preferred time. Not Tuesday, I'm going to do Sunday, and I'm going to do 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And now they're all consistent with each other. And I'll close that. That's, oopsies, I always do this. That's the preferences tab. And then this is the availability tab. So I'm available to serve as often as needed, a number of weeks per month or specific weeks. And you can just kind of decide like when you want to do that. I just leave it on as often as needed. If I get scheduled too much, which has not been the case, then I would just change that. But for now, I just do as often as needed. And then finally, under preferences, I've got blockout dates. So at the beginning of the month, I was in Minnesota with my family celebrating our in-laws' 70th. And then at the end of this month, I will be in McCool Junction at Camp V2, Catholic summer camp, with a bunch of our parishioners actually doing music for that. So I will be unavailable. And so I have those dates blocked out. So if I want to do a blockout date, let's say in like August, well, I have one for vacation. Let's say September 21st, I'll click on that. That's the start date, and then the end date, you just decide. It does go up to a month, so if you need to do longer than a month, you would just string them together for blockout dates. And then over here, up in the top right corner, we have contact info, so I could change my picture if I wanted. My name is here, and then my email if that ever changes. Now, I would leave this box checked. I'd like to receive email notifications. Email is how I communicate with volunteers. Well, number one, it's how Pam communicates to let you know about your assignments and things like that. And then number two, when I do the liturgy notes right before each weekend, like a Friday, sometimes a Thursday, notes about, hey, there's a baptism happening at Mass this weekend, there's a guest priest, there's this specific thing or this blessing or this special instruction, which, we have lots of at Wentz. Email is how I communicate that. So do leave that box checked. It's very important to be in the loop on these kinds of communications. And then if you want, you can get a text message notification as well. You put in your number, and you do want to put your carrier. If you don't put your carrier, you will not get the text, just how the software works. So you do need to put your carrier in for that. And that is totally up to you on whether you want text notifications or not. So I'll just hit save. And there it is. So this is the user portal, let's say, for MyWenc for serving. It's a very powerful tool. It can do lots of different things. It really does put you as the volunteer in the driver's seat. So as always, you can call or email Pam. She's happy to help you out. Pam does not work 24/7. So if you ever need to make a change, kind of immediately, then this software would be a great way to do that. And it really does put you, like I said, in the driver's seat. So I do hope that more and more volunteers will take advantage of this opportunity. Like I said, it's good software. It does reduce a lot of the friction in logistics and communication, so that we can really focus on what matters with the liturgy, which is actually celebrating and serving the Lord and each other when we come to worship. So yeah, on that note, thank you so much, both from myself, but especially from Father Mike, our pastor, for your service and your dedication, for your love for the Lord in the liturgy, love for his people as you serve them. We are so blessed with so many people who serve so beautifully at our parish. And again, we hope that this software will be a tool to help us do our ministry better and more easily and more efficiently, so that we can focus on what truly matters. If you ever need assistance with this software, if you need a personal tutorial, if you need help getting things set up or changing things, I'm more than happy to be on the phone with you, to do an in-person meeting with you, whatever it takes for you to feel comfortable with the software. And like I said, to really feel like you are in the driver's seat. So thank you so much, and God bless you.